1987. After 10 years of Soviet occupation, 10 years without freedom in a land called America.
Every Milford I ever knew about was good, loyal Americans. You lived your life like it didn't give a damn what I did.
I was trying to stop him.
You lost the land.
You don't own me.
No, I don't. That doesn't mean you can do anything you want. One day, you're going to have to choose.
Sisters, we're not even anything. We don't know what the hell we're for or against.
I need to make love. And maybe if we don't do it now, we'll never get a chance. Maybe we'll be killed trying to get home.
Stop it.
America has lost. You had political freedom, but you lost your passion. How could we not win?
Never thought of myself as an American. You know, patriotic or anything. I always just thought of myself as me.
All you have to do to be safe is jump in bed.
How the hell would you know?
Was that the plan all along? You just neglected to tell me you and the Russians were starting another country.
Of course not. Where was all that patriotism when it counted? Where was that willingness to sacrifice?
I don't think I know you anymore, Peter.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. America! America! America!
America. Next.
It's winter. It's hard to keep track. I need to write this somehow, to hold on. When I had my freedom, free. Free. If you say it over enough, it begins to sound mean nothing.
When the dance was done, when I went my way, when I tried to find rainbows
Looks good. You men know what to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's it for now. Let's get out of here. Back in the truck. We'll get him next time.
I missed you, Matt.
I missed you too.
Oh, you've been hurt.
Yes.
But you should have told me. You should have told me right away. Here. Sit down. Maybe I can bind it.
Look, it's beginning to snow.
I know.
Here, take my coat.
No, both. There's room enough for both.
Love, you are love, better far than a metaphor can ever be. Love, you are love, my mystery.
It's a miracle! Let's take down the wall!
No, leave the wall. Remember, you must always leave the wall.
Deep in December, it's nice to remember. Without the hurt, the heart is hollow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember the fire of September that made us mellow. Deep in December, our hearts should remember and follow.
Do you have any idea what you're doing? Any?
You don't own me.
No, I don't. But that doesn't mean you can do anything you want. It's dangerous. So you do it as a dare. Or is it just to defy me?
Yes.
One day, you're going to have to choose.
Did you see it? How was I? Did you cry?
Don't be silly.
You did.
What does this play mean to people? It's so silly and so sentimental. Why did they risk arrest to see it?
It made you cry.
Good morning, Alethea, and how are you this morning? Oh, I'm not bad, Dad, thanks. And how are you doing? Okay, I hope you have a real nice day today, Alethea. Yeah, me too, Dad.
How you doing, Dad?
Some siding off the back of the milk barn. Damn squatters come right up and rip the damn wood right off your barn.
Want to get a warrant, search the trailers? See who's got our barn sticking out of their stove.
You think it's okay for the government to steal the land. You probably think it's okay for the damn squatters they sent to rip the damn house down for firewood.
You know I don't. I'll look into it. Is Alethea up yet? I gotta get going. Allie? Allie? Oh, you look terrible. Justin, where are you going?
Draw.
Where are you going?
Down.
What the hell for? Hey! Allie, come on, we're late. What the hell's he supposed to do? We'll let him go to college, there's no work. I don't know what he's supposed to do. Alethea? See you later, Dad. I'll check into that squatter business.
Want some more coffee, Dad?
It's always worse in the spring.
Yeah.
He sees the land starting to come alive and knows he can't do a damn thing about it. I don't think he'd even mind him taking the wood off the barn if they just knew how to handle the land.
Well, they're welcome to it as far as I'm concerned.
Well, that's a hell of an attitude,
Oh,
aren't
well, what the hell you want me to do, Ward? Be outraged at the last remains of the great Milford Empire being torn apart by a bunch of poor exiles who are just trying to keep from freezing to death?
they? You're a Milford.
Oh, yes, I'm a Milford, right. I forgot. I'm a Milford. I'm sorry, Ward. It's just the way he looks at me sometimes, you know? At all of us, really. Right? As if we're the ones who let him down. As if
He's
we're
not very subtle.
No, really. Well, I don't see him making any great heroic stands. None of this is his fault.
Just take it easy. You're going to kill yourself.
Not at all.
What time is it?
6. Go back to sleep.
Morning, Daddy. I made coffee.
What's this, an all-nighter?
Western civilization test.
Which one, theirs or ours?
I don't understand how you can be the county administrator and still be so cynical.
Water's working. Sure, you should avoid it at all costs.
I'm glad I'm a dancer. I just don't have to worry about maturity in politics.
Yeah, well. How's that program coming?
It's going good. The area tryouts are today. You should come.
Well, I'd like to, honey, but if it's a tryout, I wouldn't want it to look like I was trying to influence anything. Look, hey, I love you very much, and I'm very proud of you and your dancing.
I know.
Look, maybe I'll drop by one of the rehearsals and give you a few pointers.
Good, that's all I need.
I gotta run. Well, good luck, all right? Not that you need it. Morning, boys. Hey, Gilbert, is he taking all your money?
You got it all right.
Hey, how about this early spring, huh?
Too damn hot, too damn early.
Well, you just get an early crop, that's all.
Yeah, everything starts to grow, then a big freeze comes along and kills it all.
Well, you can't blame the Russians for the weather, man.
Why not? Don't matter one way or another. Where the government messes up the quota.
Hey, did you get that part for that grader?
Gotta be kidding.
I'll call somebody.
You'll have to. You've got the only one who works around here.
Hey, Pete. Yeah. Heard from my wife's sister.
Yeah?
There's a movement in Idaho. They're living in caves up in the Rockies. Her husband used to be one of them survivors.
You can't listen to all those rumors.
Yeah, but what if it's true?
Well, what's it got to do with us anyway?
Morning, Peter.
Morning, Betty.
You want something to eat?
Yeah, some Aunt Jemima pancakes, real maple syrup, and tiny pork link sausages.
But I've got soybean cakes, and I've got molasses, and that's better for you anyway.
Yeah, you say.
Well, listen, if you want something better, you go down to the barracks and get it. I saw them take a load in there yesterday. Eggs, pork chops, steaks. Maybe they got Aunt Jemima. What do you say to that?
Heard from my sister up in Idaho.
You could go down there in your official car, you tell them you're the county administrator, and they're in the county.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a plan.
Well, you're gonna have to eat with them, too. You want some coffee, Ward?
I have the soy cakes.
Let me get it. Just a hard time.
Thanks, Betty. A little crabby this morning. He's having supply problems. It's hard living in the middle of the most productive farmland in the world and you can't get anything but soy burgers.
That's better for you anyway. We're knocking the hell out of the cholesterol problem.
Yeah, caffeine problem, too.
So what kind of night we have here?
It's pretty quiet.
Pretty crappy scorecard.
Yeah, well, one, a drunk who's listed as alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
There's a railroad bum just passing through. He was drinking lighter fluid in his Tokay. This tastes about like Betty's coffee. Well, emergency wouldn't pump his stomach.
What the hell does that mean?
They say they've got this new policy.
I can't.
Yeah, believe it. Believe it.
Don't they look great?
Yeah, thanks.
Wait till you taste that molasses.
Can I have a fork, please?
You still have those?
Just a minute, I'll wipe a couple up.
Thank you.
Betty, I'm still waiting.
Look, from now on, everybody goes to the hospital.
Okay. Not gonna do any good.
At least there'll be a record of it.
You think that matters?
Yeah, it matters. It matters to me. It matters to you.
Well, what really matters to me is my great-grandfather helped build this damn country. Hell, the county's named after us. What do we got? We're down to 50 damn acres. I'm a damn deputy. There isn't even a sheriff. They're supposed to be concerned that some gutless brat can't resist smack or some bum is lacing his Tokay with lighter fluid.
This is really awful.
Yeah, well, that's what makes you really want to give up. Can't even get a good breakfast. What do you put in these, Betty? What exactly goes into these things?
It is not yours. Mom got it for me when she made it 2 years ago.
Morning.
She made it for me.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, I was gonna make breakfast.
And Jack made it.
What's that?
Ham. Where'd you get ham? Snuck it off the training table.
You shouldn't do that. Oh, God, it's good. Tony, you have rehearsal today?
Area tryouts.
With water. You want moral support?
Okay, if you don't say anything.
Strange kid, doesn't want to be criticized by her mom.
Bye.
Be good.
Yeah, don't get pregnant.
Jerk. Yes, goodbye, Scott. Thanks for the chat. Nice kiss. Wonderful seeing you. Scott! Hey, Scott! Here!
I don't need it. Hey, wait up, guys.
Hello? Come on, come on. No, wait. No, don't run. Come on, Deirdre. Hi, honey. What's your name? Where's your mom? Is that your mom? It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. Don't be scared. That's the girl. Would you like to go in the house? It's warm in the house. Hey, how about some hot milk? Yeah, I bet you would. Come on, let's go.
No, I'm sorry. Come on, dear.
Look, it's okay.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
Wait.
I'm sorry. Come on, kid.
Dr. Drummond?
He's with patients.
No.
This is a surprise.
Can we talk?
In the early 1930s, the opium movement was on its way to California, fighting its way to find acceptance. Those gains are never made easily, but by determination and perseverance, they were able to overcome tremendous obstacles and hardships to attain.
Staff just followed orders.
A man died.
Not a hell of a man, but a man.
Does that stack up against your Hippocratic oath?
Don't talk to me about my Hippocratic
Come
oath.
on.
It's in the new National Advisory Committee guidelines. You want to fight the guidelines? Great. Put it in writing.
You know I can't do that. I just want to hold a line wherever we can. Otherwise, what the hell good are we?
Peter, why the hell do you think I was exiled? Most of us. I wasn't a serious political person. I did something I thought was pretty ordinary and decent, and I did it without thinking. Now I don't do anything without thinking. How it looked to the committees. Well, I got informers on my staff at the hospital, nurses, doctors, even one of the janitors, for God's sake. The next time I step out of line, I'll really get sent down. Look, I had to give up a damn good Philadelphia practice. I even lost my condo in Vail. What greater sacrifice do you want?
Guess I just want to hold the tide back a little.
My advice is, pick your shots. I didn't. And now I'm one of your constituents.
Doctor.
Be long.
Hey, Puncher. How long have they been out?
10 minutes. They broke out of the back of the barracks as a tactical unit. Let me see. Tickets and scare the hell out of people. Those rumors make them scarier than they really are. I see. They didn't have anybody shooting back. Yeah, damn right.
Get back in here.
Come with me. We can make love in the car.
You're a pervert.
There are many women who would love such an offer.
Well, maybe you can find one on your way to the office.
Are you all right? You're very sad this morning.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Anyway, you have your play to rehearse. You'll probably not even notice that I'm gone.
Andre? I love you.
Morning, Sergei.
Good morning, Colonel.
Michael?
The plane is standing by.
We shall go to the office first. Everything ready for reception in Omaha?
4 of the candidates for the area governor general have been notified.
Governor General sounds like a character from Gilbert and Sullivan.
It is a position of authority.
Only 4 were notified. Which one was not?
The man from Nebraska, Peter Bradford, the administrator of Milford County.
Any reason?
There is a feeling that Governor Smith of Missouri would be the nominee of choice.
How do you think Mr. Bradford came to our attention? His county is the most trouble-free in the whole 5-state area. There is no significant resistance. His production is above quota, only 60 miles from the Omaha urban zone. Better than any county in the central area. Of course, the committee would assume he isn't qualified.
He's not a party member. He's not in an advisory group. The party member from Milford does not recommend him. Mr. Herbert Lister, he says Mr. Bradford was resistant to the introduction of revised school curriculum when he was county supervisor of schools.
You really have no idea what we are trying to do here, do you?
83915.
83915, sir.
March.
In a few hours, you're going to have your names returned to you. I'm here to remind you how you came to be numbers, deserving of no more respect than a cipher. You disgraced your country. You brought shame and hardships on your family. And now, you'll always have your number. It'll follow you wherever you go. And it's waiting to be used again should you fail to apply the lessons learned here. For those of you who may doubt your rehabilitation, I owe it to you to tell you that if you found your stay here unpleasant, next time will be worse. You'll all rise and take the oath of allegiance. Anyone not comfortable pledging that allegiance is free not to do so. Sergeant. Eight, 3, 915. You will lead.
I pledge my allegiance to the flag of the community of American, Soviet, and United Nations of the world, and to the principle for which it stands, a nation indivisible with others of the earth, joined in peace and justice for all.
Peter.
What's up?
New exile list.
Bunch of names.
Take another look. There's only one parolee from prison camp.
Devin. I'd almost forgotten about it. Your brother, my friend. Think we'd be a little glad, you know what I mean?
Well, you get used to things. Everything in its place.
And some people's places to be gone, huh? Well, we'll get used to him being not gone. Just like we did gone.
You hear that?
You just shrunk up an old abandoned.
Well, there's no point worrying about something.
Yeah, like tomatoes. Thought I was gonna be. There's a rumor about a shipment of tomatoes. If anybody had told you you were in high school, you'd be standing in line. Some tomato shipment. I guess we'll know soon enough.
Hi.
Hi. I'll lose my place in line.
Amanda.
We send me place. Did you see what happened a little while ago?
Just our peacekeepers exercise.
I know what it is. Why do they have to do that? I mean, we're all scared enough already. Can't you do something? People are upset.
That's why they do it.
I know. So it doesn't bother you. Why do you have that head for the hills look on your face?
Devin's coming home. Here to Milford.
He's out of the hospital?
Turns out it wasn't a mental hospital after all. It was a prison camp in southwest Texas. American Gulag.
Oh, my God. Bastards.
Yeah. Well, I just thought you might want to know.
I hate what happened to him. I'm really glad he's gonna be okay. But I love you.
Andre, I'm sorry to burst in on you like this.
Magistrate Andrews, what is it American executives always used to say? My door is always open.
They usually said that until someone took them up on it. Andre, I have word that Devon's being released.
I'm sorry?
Devin Milford, my ex-husband. There's a report he's being released from Fort Davis.
Well, I must confess this is one of the many things in the five-state area I seem to have overlooked. However, it is 1,500 miles away.
I'm sure it was a bureaucratic mix-up. They mustn't have realized who he was.
And I'm sure he's been rehabilitated. Otherwise, he wouldn't be released.
He's dangerous. He undoubtedly has feelings of revenge. And the children...
Even if it's true, he'll be in internal exile. There's not a lot of harm he can do, restricted to 25 miles around his home.
You don't know him. You've got to stop it.
We'll look into it. By the way, I ran into some of your more belligerent associates last night. I just happened by an outlaw performance in a church.
A special performance?
A rather harmless little play.
Special person in the cast?
An artist.
Appearance and illusion.
Beauty and soul.
Instability.
Madness.
Yes, I forgot. With you, that'd be a virtue.
Make me a file on Devin Milford, coming out of Fort Davis, Texas. Videotapes, everything. You may have to dig a little. At least 2 other areas, Northeast and Federal District. Oh, and police records, too.
Do you want him to be stopped?
No, not now.
First time I was in Midland, Odessa, I was 18 years old. Stopover flight from Houston to Phoenix. We must have flown over oil fields for 20 minutes. A lot of money here back then. Things sure have changed a lot, though. You just get in that Fort Davis group. To hear anything about what's happening in the country, I mean. We can talk, they don't care. I hear that about Fort Davis. At Coachella, they let you talk. We used to talk all the damn time at Coachella. We must have hatched 20 escape plots a day, formed 100 resistance groups for when we got out. We're all going to meet up in the semi-autonomous area up in Idaho and Utah. I don't know how the hell we're going to get there. People do stuff like that, you know, pass the time.
That guy, he's a plant. I hear they nuked Seattle. You hear that? A couple of years ago?
Our ancestors were very rough, and they got in fights a lot. And there was lots of bullies, and when the Americans conquered the continent, they killed lots of Indians who'd been living on the land peacefully for thousands of years.
Thank you, Caleb. Now, can anyone tell us what caused our ancestors to be this way? Bill.
They believed in the survival of the fittest. Everything was run by big companies, and the people who came into the country were forced on building railroads or sweatshops or coal mines for almost nothing, while the companies and bosses in government were rich and lived in big houses and had servants.
If you couldn't work, they didn't think you were good for anything. And old people had to die because they lived in slums or had gotten hurt in factories.
What is this philosophy called?
Social Darwinism, which meant that everybody just looked out for himself, didn't care what happened to anyone else.
Class, I'd like to introduce Miss Marion Andrews, who's a magistrate here in Chicago and a member of the National Advisory Group, who help our president and representatives solve problems.
But most important, I'm Caleb's mom. May I steal him for a moment? I need to talk to him.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Now, let's continue.
There's nothing wrong, darling. But, you know how we've talked about your father maybe trying to see you?
He's in the hospital.
Well, he may be out. Now, he's not supposed to come anywhere near us, but just in case, I wanted to warn you and your brother. It's no big deal or anything, but there'll be a policeman to pick you up after school today.
Sure.
Okay? Back to class. I love you, sweetheart.
Me too, Mom.
Where is he?
I don't know. It's hard to get reliable information from that far.
You're a big shot. You should be able to find out.
I'm not going to argue about what I should or should not be able to do. I am telling you, an officer will pick you up after school and be at the apartment.
I don't want some pro hanging around watching me.
I told you not to use that word. Maybe in among ninth graders, but you don't even know what it means.
Whatever.
An officer will pick up your brother first and come and get you. Okay?
Mom, do you think he's hurt? I mean, in those hospitals, do they do stuff like shock treatment and prefrontal lobotomies?
No, I'm sure he's fine.
Well, they have to let us see him, don't they?
It could be bad for us.
I want to see my dad.
Let's not talk about it now, okay? We'll discuss it later. Okay?
Your records were left on the truck from Fort Davis. That's not unusual. You somebody important?
No.
Says in your file here you ran for president in 1988. Is that a joke?
Yes.
Well, before my time, I didn't used to be too interested in politics when I was in high school. But whatever it was, you got a red tag file. It says you were in a mental hospital, too.
No, I was sent to Fort Davis.
Well, it's probably screwed up. Most of them are. And it's not like we can pick up a phone, check up on anything. Prison record's what counts anyway. You know, a lot of people get in a lot of trouble in prison. This looks good. Real clean. That's a real good thing for you. Looks good on your file. You have to go through orientation and delouse, and then the magistrate will see you.
They cleaned us up at camp.
Through that door and wait outside to be called. Next.
Look, I'm tired of taking it in the air for this stuff. I didn't send those damn people here.
Only time you ever put yourself out on a limb was when you were 8 years old. You had to memorize a song for the Christmas pageant.
We damn sure know how we came to be honored with a load of those people.
Look, the Milfords lost more than anyone. So don't give me that it was all your brother's fault. What do you think? We'd all be sitting here, everything perfect like it was before? Come on.
We can't meet the quota and feed ourselves, much less these squatters. I know where we're coming up short. The exiles working in the elevator, each one of them cops a sack of grain.
They're hungry.
This is the third winter for some of them. You'd think they'd learn to take care of themselves.
What do you expect? They're not farmers. They're out there trying to produce a quota on those pathetic little pieces of land that we've been divided up on. We come to town, some of us work in your houses. It's almost like we're from another country. None of us even wants to be here. You look around, you find yourself in a terrible situation. You can't believe it's going to be permanent. And even if the guy next to you has to stay, you won't. It's only human.
The government sent them here. It's their responsibility. Let them take care of them.
That's easy to say, but it's our problem. And if it blows up, it's not going to be some political security bureaucrat from Chicago or Washington who's going to have to deal with it. It's us. There was a riot down in Missouri last week, Grant City. Exiles went on a rampage. I don't want any surprises.
Just pick up the red phone. That's what the special
Look,
service
since I've been the
units are
county
for.
administrator, we've only called the UNSS unit once, and that was outsiders. I want to keep it that way. Next order of business, the parade.
Well, we got all the marching units lined up. The only problem is the old VFW guys. They say they won't march if the special service unit's going to be there.
All right, I'll talk to him. Have we gotten the slogans for the banners from the advisory committee yet?
Not yet. We don't have a lot of time, and they get real upset when you make up your own.
How's it look for a crowd?
Everybody's pretty apathetic.
You mean Joseph Stalin wasn't the father of our country?
I always thought it was Alexander Hamilton.
Okay, look, this is not my favorite time in history either. But we all got a choice. We can hang on to the past, or we can pull together and make the best of this. There isn't going to be the kind of country I grew up believing would always be around. I damn sight rather work for a decent community with some of the values I can still believe in. Probably had a more sophisticated view of things in Philadelphia.
Not at all. I thought it was an impassioned plea for fence sitting. Perfectly appropriate to the time.
I see it as an alternative to running your head into a stone wall.
I think I'm just suffering from an ailment that comes from having lived too close to the Liberty Bell.
Well, I guess you wouldn't be here if it weren't for your wit. Huh, Doctor?
Very good. A whole regiment of KGB Marines. And it looks like a peaceful country road.
Мы должны здесь говорить только по-русски.
Хорошо. I can still remember how.
Мой генерал.
Andrei Denisovich, it's wonderful to see you.
You too, Petya. Now, I'm told we are not to speak English here.
Yes, absolutely correct. My orders. It makes it easier for our low-level spies to follow the conversation. Все областные советники, командующие зоны космических действий Южной Флориды и советники по 3 международным городам.
And the women?
Подарок от председателя, party girls. Он думает, что вам понравились несколько хорошеньких русских девушек в компанию.
For information, who gets careless with pillow talk?
We can all be proud. The men in this room have accomplished something unprecedented in the history of the world. But for ourselves and a handful of colleagues, who knows? nuclear holocaust, internal rebellion. We have bought time, and now we must finish the job. There's continued unrest in the Soviet Union. The relief which we assume would permit our people greater opportunity and affluence seems less than wholly successful. There's an increase in inflation malingering in the workplace. American laborers and technicians sent to the factories have helped somewhat, but they are recalcitrant and retain their essentially anti-socialist attitudes. The bureaucracy is becoming more befuddled. Marginally capable managers suddenly given greater responsibilities. In short, the problems of 10 years ago have not disappeared, but become more complex, more dangerous. Secondly, there's increasing unrest throughout the United States. You are all aware of the Alaskan problem. Alaska was never pacified, and it is costing us 10 divisions plus an inordinate amount of air power to control it. The terrain is very conducive to resistance, and the people have become fierce fighters. The lights indicate reported resistance. Fortunately, it is totally disorganized and frequently no more than banditry, but we have seen an increase in the number and boldness of the incidents. The Central Committee is demanding that America be neutralized immediately.
Sir, this is a country which has no army. There is no communication between the areas. The people have become self-absorbed and dispirited.
Our leaders in the Kremlin are still afraid of ghosts. American ghosts, which they believe rise up to haunt them. Our timetable needs to be accelerated. We must act before Americans begin to understand they have options. None of us anymore believe Americans will resist to the death, but there are other options. They could simply refuse to cooperate. They could unify in spirit. Now is the time for the next step. We are going to break up the United States of America into separate countries based on the present areas and join them into a new North American community.
How?
That's what you're here for.
The President and Congress determined the necessity for a decentralized government in which separate parts of the country could more effectively deal with their unique problems and issues. Each area is governed by a supervising board made up of the governors of the states comprising the areas. Individual state legislatures continue to make laws for individual states. The American Unity Party supplies advisory groups both to each administrative area as well as an advisory group for the national government. When you return to your homes, you are invited to join in building a new America. No longer will you be victimized by the rich and powerful. No longer a victim of a system which breeds success at the expense of your fellow man. You are invited to join a people no longer about to plunge the world into a nuclear death. When you return to your homes, you are invited to join in building a new America. No longer will you be victimized by the rich and powerful. No longer a victim of a system which breeds success at the expense of your fellow man. You are invited to join a people no longer about to plunge the world into a nuclear death. When you return to your homes, you are invited to join in building a new America. No longer will you be victimized by the rich and powerful. No longer a victim of a system which breeds success at the expense of your fellow man. You are invited to join a people no longer about to plunge the world into a nuclear death.
The committee would like to thank all of you. As we have traveled throughout the central administrative area, it has been gratifying to see so much interest in the return to traditional classical dance, with its grace and discipline after what we had experienced in the last few years before the transition. I'm sure you've seen tapes when undisciplined gyrations of the body were considered self-expression. Thank you again. Mrs. Miller will let you know.
Hi, Amanda. This is Amanda Bradford.
Jacqueline's mother? You're not going to pick her.
There's a lot more to these competitions than being a good dancer.
She was wonderful. How can you possibly not give her a chance?
We're looking for the dancer who is able to become part of a corps, one of a group expressing the kind of spirit and attitude we'd like to see in our young people.
What we want to see is the best people get what they deserve, especially when they work damn hard for it.
Sometimes cooperation is more important than talent.
I'll just bet it is.
Hi, Joss.
Hi.
Where you guys going?
Just out for a ride?
Got some gas?
Corn gas. A little for the tractor, a little for me.
Yeah. Honey, can I talk to you a minute?
What for?
I don't like you going out with him.
Oh, really, I couldn't tell. You're so subtle.
He is no source of pride to his folks.
Okay, and that's what's important.
I don't want you out after curfew.
God, Daddy, you just don't understand anything.
Yeah, I don't. What's the matter with her? And why does she do that? I mean, she knows I don't like that kid.
Did you ask her how her day went?
Didn't have a chance. Anything special?
Yeah, prize for the district company.
How'd she do?
She was rejected.
Who beat her out?
The judges.
What?
She was too inventive, too original, too good.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
She didn't fit in. Do you know what one of them said? She said sometimes cooperation is more important than talent. But hell, we know all about that, don't we? About cooperation.
Amanda, that's not fair.
No, what's not fair is Jackie losing her chance. I went by there today. She was amazing. I couldn't believe it. It made me cry. She's our daughter. She deserves a chance.
Everybody feels that way.
Everybody isn't as good as she
Okay,
is.
let's not get upset, all right?
Look, Peter, you know, I understand why I have to stand in line for tomatoes when you can have practically anything you want delivered to our back door. But this is different. This is your daughter's life. And I don't know if it'll turn out to be anything or not, but she has a right to... At least a right not to be penalized for being good.
You don't think I love her as much as you do?
I don't know. I guess so, maybe. Sometimes I think what you love is this idea about what's fair you carry around in your mind.
None of this is fair, all right?
I believe in my daughter. I believe in you. Maybe sometimes I even believe in myself. That's all I
I believe in. I guess I have to go back to the tomato line now.
The chairman's gift is not to your liking. It's that actress, that beautiful American actress. Andre, you and your actresses. Does she still want to go to Hollywood and become a star?
I'm afraid so.
Why don't you just arrange it, or are you concerned that the lure and the corruption and glamour of California might win over the power of the Central Areas Advisor?
I haven't been to California recently. I am unable to talk about corruption and glamour.
I have, and I can.
Here we are, 10 years after the most brilliant coup in history, and there is still corruption and glamour in California.
The difference is that now it is glamour and corruption working for us.
Another problem.
I didn't think you were dreaming about our American Riviera.
We may have to look beyond our advisory and party committees to find someone that the people really trust. And it occurs to me that if we use the creation of the new positions of Governor General to create the new countries, well, I don't know. I will have to think about it some more.
Whatever you do under research, be careful. We cannot make a mistake. Be careful.
I should have stayed away a little longer. Who knows what kind of greeting I'd get.
Who knows what kind of greeting you'll get now?
How did you know I was coming back?
My friends in the Resistance. I always check with them to find out where you are.
Did they tell you where I was?
Yeah, some girl. Some Russian girl.
Now you'll see why there is so little to fear from the Resistance.
Silly to miss you so much.
General Semenov sends his best, but he claims he misses you.
You didn't believe him.
In the KGB, we never question our superiors. Do you know Peter Bradford?
He and Devon grew up together. Vietnam War together. But I haven't seen him for years.
Yours was one of the few advisory committee votes for him.
Most of the committee votes a safe party line.
But you see something else.
He's an effective administrator. People like him. He's not particularly imaginative or ambitious politically.
Manageable.
He's not a stooge.
Which is more than can be said for the other candidates.
What did you have in mind?
Well, I have approved him to be one of the 5 candidates for the area Governor General.
I don't think he stands a chance. The committee supports the good governor from Missouri.
Well, I shall meet him at the reception in Omaha. And then we shall see.
Okay. So what I do now?
They picked up Robert this morning.
Why? Oh, this is approved. His play was passed by the committee.
It was the satire, the one we were going to do on Broad Street.
Well, it wasn't Andre. He likes theater.
Nothing happens without his approval.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Oh, of course, it doesn't affect you.
That's not fair. Kim does outlaw.
For her, it's safe.
You don't know anything about it.
All you have to do to be safe is jump in bed.
How the hell would you know?
Just isn't getting us anywhere.
Calling a walkout.
God. All sitting around posturing like good anti-establishment rebels and calling me a whore. What about you? I don't see you out on some farm in the Midwest, shoveling manure or something. So, walk out. There are plenty of directors and hundreds of actors ready to take your place.
We're not a nation of selfish, egocentric people. We're the same people who fled tyranny all over the world to build a dream. That men and women of all races,
I had forgotten how good he was.
Could come together in a rich and fruitful land and build a society based on the principle that the best
been
of
shot.
all of us is to encourage the best within each of us. What most Americans assume is impossible has happened. It has happened subtly. We didn't lose it on the field of battle. We lost it in our hearts.
What's this?
We lost it with our
An old
loss of
tape.
purpose.
How did you
Loss
get it?
of vision.
Told your secretary you needed sex.
We lost it with our lack of courage and faith in the democratic system.
He looks familiar.
We lost it when
It's
the
Mariel's
American
husband.
dream of personal freedom somehow became a dream
He's
of
very
material
attractive.
success.
He just got out of
We
prison.
must blame it on our breaking
Guess he's
into a
not so
nation of
attractive
groups,
anymore.
special
A
interests,
lesson to us all.
corporate interests, minority interests, women against men, old against young. Above all, we must blame it on our failure as individuals to take responsibility for moral choice.
I have to talk to
We
you.
are a country damaged by a destructive...
Colonel, we must attend to St. Louis matter.
Give me 5 minutes.
God, he's always so grouchy.
My watchdog.
He's just your aide.
Yes. And what, my darling, are you doing here? I thought you had a rehearsal this afternoon.
Well, I did. It's about Robert Shelter. You know, the man who wrote my play. Someone arrested him today. So I realize you don't have time for this,
I
but...
ordered it. The outlaw theaters are getting out of hand. They've been entirely too lax. They're proliferating, and as they ridicule the government, they're getting dangerous.
I'm going to do Robert's satire down on Broad Street.
You do this, it is at your own risk.
I don't believe you.
I can't protect you.
You won't, you mean?
If you like. Just don't do it. Kimberly, I am not free to do anything I want the way I want. I have superiors to whom I must answer. I'm surrounded by spies and informers, both American and Soviet. There are men in the Kremlin who have always been and still are suspicious of our entire plan of occupation. They would feel much more comfortable if America were crushed by an iron fist. And they may yet do it.
What are you doing here?
Hey, there. I went through it. Come on.
What do you want?
I wanted to see you.
Look, if the monitor catches us, I could be in big trouble.
What are you so worried about? What difference does it make anyway?
I don't like it when you act like that.
How do you want me to act? Want me to reapply for the Lincoln Brigade? Want me to have been born into another family?
Look, I didn't mean it like that. I'm gonna get in trouble. So are you. I gotta go.
Want to make a run into Omaha?
You know my dad won't let me.
So? Don't tell him.
I don't know, Joss.
Come on. All right, well, I'm going. You do what you want.
Joss. Come on, one of those flips thing happens.
What's the big deal?
I want to get any demerits.
Maybe if we pretend we're making out?
I'm serious.
Sure it is.
What are you doing here?
I had to ask you something.
Everybody's supposed to be in class.
I know, but this was real important. I'll go right now.
I have to report it. I'm going to the principal.
No!
Listen, you red-card little pimple. Why don't you just keep walking on down that hall? Otherwise, I'm gonna have to tear your head off.
It's okay. I'll go to the principal's office. Just forget it, all right? Justin, you're making it worse.
Do you know that unauthorized meetings are grounds for expulsion? And do you know that you can be arrested? Not only for trespassing, but assault.
Okay, Herb. So they're guilty of a capital offense. I say we take them into the quad during lunch hour and we shoot them.
Here to help, Allie.
What we have here is a question of special privilege. Always some smart remark. Let me tell you, the time is past when the Milfords owned the county.
No kidding.
And let me tell you that the Milfords of the world are no longer better than the rest of us. Yeah, I think that the question of the Milfords is the subject for the next advisory committee meeting.
Herb, I think not having to teach shop anymore has really affected your sense of reality.
Please, Allie, we've got...
Yeah, I'll tell you what's reality and what isn't.
Good, thanks.
Herb, why don't
You stay out of this.
I have a responsibility
Well,
to the
this
school.
is a political matter.
Oh, come on.
I'm declaring this a political matter. I'm going to bring this issue up before the next advisory committee meeting, since it involves the county administrator's daughter and well-known hooligan, malcontent, from a former elitist family. And, yeah, well, we shall see. We'll see a lot of things.
Yeah, I usually do.
Such as how it's possible for people of questionable loyalty and character to continue to teach our young people.
I gotta tell you, kiddo, I mean, your timing is lousy.
It was no big deal.
That's the interesting thing about life today. You never know what's a big deal and what isn't. Gotta figure out how to handle this.
I think you should just fire Mr. Lister. He's so dumb, he's dangerous.
Yeah, right. Well, you're right about one thing. He is dangerous.
It wasn't Jackie's fault, Peter.
Well, I could have guessed that with Justin involved.
Well, maybe he's not the easiest kid, but this was pretty innocent.
He attacked an 8th grader.
You'd have to know the 8th grader.
Yeah, right. This is all really very funny.
Come on, Peter.
I, as you well know, I'm not a big fan of your favorite nephew. I'm particularly not a fan of Jacqueline hanging around with him, which is over.
I came along to give another side of the story, but...
Look, you want to make it look like there's no issue here, that it's all so trivial that it doesn't matter? I don't like Jacqueline getting involved in situations that can work to her disadvantage.
Maybe asking kids to stay out of situations that work to their disadvantage and still grow up.
That reality ended 10 years ago.
Yeah. You know, Justin's a lot like Devin, don't you think? He's got a lot of good stuff in him. It just kind of busts out in funny places sometimes.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. There's more to this than you might think.
Oh, Daddy, Mr. Lister's an idiot.
Yeah. Remember that book on the French Revolution I gave you a couple years ago about all the heads being lopped off by the guillotine until it became a game? Good guys, bad guys, it didn't really matter. All that mattered was that the right idiot on the right side pointed the finger at you and your head was next. That's the kind of idiot that Herbert Lister is.
83915.
83915, sir.
Your name is Devin William Milford. You are assigned to the town and environs of Milford, Nebraska. You are Devin Milford. Mr. Milford, you will henceforth reside exclusively within a 25-mile radius of the town of Milford. You will reside at the home of your father, William Bradley Milford, and you will report without fail each week to the county administrator's office. If you fail to abide by the terms of your parole, you will be returned to prison. If you are caught outside your prescribed area, you will be apprehended and are subject to being shot on sight. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Next.
Sir. My children.
There's no notation. Bailiff.
Next, please.
Well, you're a free man. How's it feel?
Where the hell's Justin?
He's out somewhere.
You want some?
Sure, they caught some kids across the state line, hijacking gasoline trucks, something like that.
Yeah, they were going to sell it on the black market for drugs. Well, you'd be surprised how fast a trailer full of gas can go.
Yeah.
Most every farm in the Midwest has a storage tank.
Call themselves resistors. Bunch of juvenile delinquents, that's what they are.
Well, boys will be boys. Oh, excuse me. Got an appointment. Save the dishes for me. Don't worry, it's just a school board meeting.
I always thought it was simple. You were born, you worked hard, you built, worked the damn land at least to a standoff. Maybe sometimes better. Took something out, put something back. Expected sometimes 50, 100 years from now, your name's still there. At least in the land and your kids. So somebody could always look around and wonder who that hard-working son of a gun was.
Dad, Devin's coming home. He's been released from that camp.
You mean prison?
Whatever. He's being paroled. It's going to be like a lot of the other internal exiles, restricted to a 25-mile radius.
Well, that gives that bastard 24 and a half miles away from here.
He has no choice. We have no choice. What's the matter with you?
Well, if you ask me, it's pretty lousy. One of the few people who ever tried to do anything, and he's treated like a leper.
He's a damn traitor. And anybody living in this house had better not forget it.
You really think you can sell Peter Bradford to the advisory committee?
The wonderful thing about advisory committees is you can always tell them what to advise.
Maybe in the Soviet Union, but not here.
Really?
Absolutely.
How do you explain then the amazing success of our occupation?
Many of us took the opportunity to create an America we believe in. There were millions of people who never participated in the so-called American dream.
10 to 15% of the people were an underclass, perpetually on welfare, recidivist criminals, undereducated.
In Russia, less than 5% of the people enjoy the benefits of society. The clever are lucky ones, the party members, athletes, scientists, all of whom live well in the name of and for the benefit of the other 95%. Now, no one asks the 95% if they're grateful for the sacrifice the 5% are making. Of course, it's all in the name of the ultimate communist man, whom I'm told is still on his way.
You're very cynical to be in the KGB.
You think you want a new society, but what you really want is power.
And the KGB doesn't believe in power?
Survival. Survival is power without dogma. We manipulate in terms of the ultimate success of our goals, not their meaning.
That's disgusting. And pointless.
Yes, I suppose it is.
You're very frustrating. That's a Soviet characteristic, isn't it?
Or Russian, not Soviet.
When you go back to Russia, will I have to go with you?
Would you want to go?
No. But I don't want to have my head shaved or be stoned in the street or anything.
Maybe I won't go. It would be a shame to have you stoned in the street.
These guys make me feel like a fool.
Worse yet, they make you look like the enemy.
I filled in the names already.
Get back in there. It's too cold for you to be out here.
You didn't say goodbye.
30 years? I think you'd be used to my coming. You wouldn't be out here freezing your little tail off unless you had something to say.
He's your brother.
I don't know who he is. I don't know why he did what he did. I don't know what the hell he means to me anymore. Be damned if I do.
After 30 years, I still like him. Goodbyes and hellos.
Younger than springtime, are you? Softer than starlight, are you? Warmer than winds of June, are the gentle lips you gave me. Gayer than laughter, are you? Sweeter than music, are you? Angel and lover, heaven and earth, are you to me? And when your youth and joy invade my arms and fill my heart as now they do, then younger than springtime am I, gayer than laughter am I, angel and lover, heaven and earth am I, with you.
What a neck.
Thought you'd never ask.
Bouquets of me,
first started dating, you used to hold your breath when you'd kiss. I always thought you'd keel over and turn blue.
That's what you were thinking when we kissed?
The first time we made love, I remember thinking, what if he has to hold his breath? That'll be 90 seconds max.
You did not.
Well, the important thing is you did not. Sometimes it seems as though nothing's happened.
Source. Direct from the den of iniquity, free international city of San Francisco. A tape of hog calling the way it was in the 1968 Democratic Convention. Hey, here.
real meeting down there. They'd never let this happen. It's a setup. Justin, let's get out of here. Come on.
Landed troops on the beaches, maybe it would have been different.
What we did not expect was that without communications, the United States would revert to a collection of separate peoples.
Just got the drop on us.
I don't believe it. It worked because you lost your country before we ever got here.
You sound disappointed that you succeeded.
Why do you wish to help us?
I don't want to help you. I want to help my country.
There is no country.
My people and my family, my community.
Why do you think I should accept that your purposes and ours are compatible?
Because it's better for you to have a productive America. All I have to do is look at the quotas you're still demanding to know that you're still having problems. What is it?
Your young people attacking the symbols of power that they can see. President, governors, public buildings. They resist in ways that make them feel good, not those that actually accomplish anything.
Stupid.
Actually, it's a controlled provocation. Our agents stir them up so that we can let them release their frustrations. At the same time, we keep track of them, give them a scare, arrest some. You do not approve.
There's got to be a better way.
For whom? You or us?
I think we have to do something else. Not this phony business you've tried to install with the advisory groups. And the party's indoctrination of kids. Give us an incentive. Give us the incentive to get rid of the occupation, and maybe we can prove we can function and not be a threat.
Sorry, Jackie. This is all so stupid. I mean, we're not resistors. We're not even anything. We don't know what the hell we're for or against. Let me tell you something. If I ever ask you to come someplace with me again, I'll know what I'm doing, okay?
I need to make love.
Jackie.
Maybe if we don't do it now, we'll never get a chance. Maybe we'll be killed trying to get home.
Stop it. I love you. Yeah, I want to make love to you. I always do. But this is crazy. It's like it doesn't matter who. It's like I don't matter. You're just...
We're never gonna have anything, are we, Justin? I love you, but all our lives, it's gonna be like, I don't know, nothing.
There's gonna be something, I promise. It's not gonna be this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special announcement to make. Since Congress established the administrative areas in 1988, there has been little change. But now is the time for the Central Administrative Area to take a great hand in its own future. The time to speed the day when foreign advisors of all kinds will be able to leave your soil. Ensuring this will be the creation of the post of Governor General. I would like now to present to you the nominees chosen by your representatives, the committees of the legislatures, the advisory committees, and the party cadre throughout the area. I hope I've remembered to bring it. I would like to have the nominees stand as they are called, but please hold your response until they have all been named. Mr. Benjamin Trenton from Wichita, Mr. Arthur Zedlow from Chicago, Ms. Ruth Aller from Grand Rapids, the Honorable William Smith, Governor of Missouri, and last but not least, Mr. Peter Bradford, Milford County, Nebraska.
think I'm a collaborator?
No. Just gets confusing sometimes, not knowing the difference.
There's no choice.
The other morning, there was a child in our yard, foraging like an animal, cold and hungry, in our yard. She ran off because of who I was. I was the wife of the county administrator. I was a threat, an enemy. I've lived in Milford all my life. Never really thought about whether it was pretty or really a nice place to live, or what made it that way. I'm afraid, Peter. I've never been afraid like this before.
Devin?
Morning, Allie.
Oh, my biggest brother. I can't believe you're here. Oh, God, I look terrible. You're not supposed to see me like this. Go away. I'm sorry. I'm not quite prepared to face the world yet. Oh, what the hell. I mean, you don't look so great yourself now that I think about it. Where you been, in prison camp or something?
It's good to see you, Allie. You look good.
Yeah, oh yeah, now that is true. I really am looking good. No, I think I look more like hell. It comes from all this boozing and whoring. That was just a little homecoming joke. Well, will you sit down? Come on. Can I get you some coffee or anything? It's not really coffee, it's chicory. We make our own. You know, that was pretty funny. Well, I mean, you coming through that door and both of us looking at each other and not even knowing who the other one was. Well, I would say that's a hell of a comment on graceful aging, wouldn't you? So, where was it, Deb? What was it? I mean, all we got was rumors. Oh, baby. Hey, you still in there, huh? Or did they get you? Well, I gotta go clean up the bed.
Ellie?
Uh-huh.
Ellie, I saw the camp. The tents. And trailers. Are those the exiles?
Yeah, reverse homesteading. The advisory committee figures that country life and good hard work on the farm is really good for the soul. Well, Dad will give you a rundown later on. Listen, don't count on much from him. Well, listen, if you wanna go into town with me later, Ward usually runs us in, you know, gas for the cops and everything. You want to do that? I'm so glad you're home. I didn't think I'd ever see you again, no? Oh. I'll be right back.
Hey, you did pretty good. Governor General?
It's going to be the good governor from Missouri. Good party member.
Go ahead, toss him in. Faithful Toady, eh?
Yeah. That's the new script?
Yeah.
Looks a little bit like Monopoly mine, doesn't it?
Yeah, some ad agency in Chicago designed it. Stocks of corn, wheat. I've been looking for a 10-unit pig note.
Sure is homey, all right. How's the exchange program going?
Pretty well. Except for the exiles. They're being forced to turn in their dollars so they can get relief food and clothing. Some people have a love affair for the dollar.
Save your Confederate money.
Yeah, well, maybe it gives them hope. Thinking someday, you know.
Think it has anything to do with the money?
What do you mean?
Decentralization. Makes the area more powerful.
Countries print money.
Yep.
First, it just looks technical, but what are you going to do?
Use it.
A little early for the tourist season.
Hello, I'm Amanda Bradford.
I know who you are. Can I help you?
Oh, I don't know, I was just...
Never been out here before. And thought you'd like to see the way the scum... Now, what is it you call us? Squatters, Live?
No. I guess I just wanted to see if there was anything I could do to help.
What happened? The Junior League run out of projects?
You know, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know what I'm doing here now. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should have come out sooner. But I'm here now. I don't know, maybe you should take advantage of that instead of trying to alienate me.
Fair enough. Welcome to America's Russian-inspired real-life animal park.
First, they just took the land. So we figured maybe it'd be all right. Then the exiles started coming. And they took our house. Betty's and mine. Lethia's, finally Gary's. And every damn building. Barn.
Yeah, but isn't it wonderful that we're
50
able to be all together under one roof, just the way our ancestors lived?
Had a whole batch of them come in here last summer. Their place is already overrun. They don't know the first damn thing about how to take care of themselves. They don't know how to dig a cesspool or leach line. I had to keep them from going to the bathroom in the stream.
They're city people. Most of them good folks.
Well, if it's damn good, what'd they do to get themselves sent here?
For the same reason as Devin. Most of them did something that the government didn't like. Now, we don't like the government either, right? But because they're forced on our land, suddenly they're the enemy too?
Can't tell the enemy without a scorecard.
All I know is this county would be a hell of a lot better off without them. They steal grain from the elevators.
They're hungry, Ward.
They do get relief food and clothing. They sure know enough to tear down the trees.
You know, this is really, really great. We're getting mad because they're stripping live trees to keep warm, and you're sitting down at the bank burning old money.
That has nothing
That's
to
really
do with it.
I think it's time for the surprise.
Hey, Devo. Sound familiar? Nothing's changed, except I guess I've sort of taken your spot.
I just want to make sure the law's kept. Protect my own first. Keep things straight.
That sounds simple enough.
Welcome home to you. Welcome home to you. Welcome home, dear Devon. Welcome home to you.
Well, how about almost everybody's glad you're home, Devo?
Better than my last vote count.
That's for sure.
This guy's trying to understand. He worked so hard for this land. All his life. When he lost it all, he blamed you. Hell, we used to produce 500,000 bushels of corn, 150,000 bushels of wheat. That'd fill 3 elevators. That's 250 railroad cars.
What about half the milk for Omaha?
Damn it! What the hell's the matter with you, Allie? Why do you have to do this?
Because we're not those Milfords anymore.
Yes, we are those Milfords.
No,
we just
we're
lost what we
not.
had.
If we've lost, think of the rest of the people in this country, what they've lost. What about their lives? What about Devin's? What has he lost, Ward? Devin's been in a prison camp for 6 years. In a prison camp. We sit around here mourning our past. We didn't lose. What did we lose? We lost what our forefathers built, not what we
Hey,
built.
don't say that. This man
Oh,
worked all his
that's
life
true.
for this. We earned it, and maybe you didn't.
No.
Maybe you had it handed
Look
to
at
you
us.
on a silver
Look
platter.
at us.
We worked for it, and we earned it.
We're clinging to our last 50 acres here, our house.
That's right.
We're not doing anything about it. We're sitting here complaining. We've given up. We sit here peeking out the window at those awful squatters. Oh, my God, look. There's a hungry, cold squatter, and he's tinkling in our river. Well, hell, there goes the neighborhood.
What are you doing, Abby? What exactly are you doing to make it better? Because I'd like to know. You think drinking, getting drunk, and sleeping with that...
Stop it! Ward. You don't say one more word.
Well, I guess we're all just trying to get by the best we can. You know, I'm trying real hard not to hate the exiles or the Russians. And especially myself. I'm sorry, Devo. One hell of a homecoming party. Ward.
Dad? Gonna have to talk sometime. Like it or not, I'm your son. And I don't think you understand what I was doing. What I did.
There ain't nothing about you that's mine. Ain't nothing about me that's yours. Let's just leave it that way.
Well, I don't want to leave it like that. I'd like to talk to you about it. I want to tell you what
You've been a part of something else for 20 years. Something that doesn't do us any good, hasn't done anybody any good.
I understand how you feel. But I respect you. I respect your life.
Do you? You lived your life like it didn't give a damn what I did. Me, or my father, or his either. There have been 3 generations of Milfords building up the land. What do you have to do with that? Every Milford I ever knew about was good, loyal Americans trying to build it up. You come back from Vietnam, tearing it down. Then you go off with some show-off thing against this new bunch. Only good it did was call a lot of attention to yourself.
I was trying to do the right thing. I was trying to stop them.
You lost the land. They say I gotta live with you, eat with you, Don't mean I gotta talk to you.
Hi. What are you doing?
Nothing. Don't you ever knock?
Where? What?
These are
How
mine! You don't have any right to touch my stuff.
Where did you get these? How long have you had these?
It's my father.
He almost destroyed our life.
Just because he fought against some of your friends.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
You're not the boss of everything. I want to see my dad.
That's out of the question.
You can't stop me. I can be with my dad if I want.
No, you can't. He's an exile. You'd have no schooling, no privilege.
I don't care.
Which I've been able to create
Don't
in
care.
spite of your father.
That's a laugh. You just screwed some Russian general in Washington. Think I'm stupid? Everybody at school knows how you...
Stop it!
Okay.
William! William! Caleb. Yeah, it's all right, sweetheart. Billy's upset. He,
I've chosen to announce my candidacy here at this memorial to those who died in Vietnam because until recent events, it was the worst thing to happen in my lifetime. And I think the worst thing to happen to America. It somehow struck the core of our perception of ourselves as a people. Many of us lost our faith in the vision of the country. I fought in the Vietnam War and against it, and against injustices in our society. I've been highly critical of what I consider to be the hypocrisy, self-deception, the immorality of some of our national policies. But now something's happened. For the first time in our history, we've been overpowered by a foreign nation. There are those who say it's an opportunity to correct some of the wrongs in our society. Well, as one who has fought for equality in this society, I'll tell you, my struggle was not so that we could all be equally enslaved. No, we're not all in prison camps. We're not all beaten down by an occupying army with tanks on every corner. But we don't need troops to tell us we've lost our vision. We don't need Soviet advisors to prove that we've lost our national purpose. Americans have allowed themselves to become immobilized by their own selfish concerns. Immobilized by a lack of understanding of the freedom secured by our forefathers, into which most of us were born, and now lost. I've come before you today to ask for your support in an effort to regain our freedom. The battle will be long and hard. There are those of us who will not see its end. If the dream of democracy cannot survive in America, it cannot survive the 20th century.
He's touched you.
I don't know,
You're American. What is he touching you?
Never thought of myself as an American. You know, patriotic or anything. I always just thought of myself as me. I mean, America was where I lived. I mean, of course I was an American, but it was just there. It was nothing I had to think about.
Yet you do outlaw theater. Isn't that patriotic in some way?
Guess I don't think of it that way.
Why do you do it then?
Maybe because you control everything.
Willfulness.
Independence.
Is that what he's talking about?
I don't know.
Would you follow him?
Not sure. He makes me feel different. Kind of like you. But you're Russian.
What about Peter Bradford?
Well, he's a nice man. I mean, I guess he's somebody I wish my father had been. Somebody always trying to do the right thing. He makes me feel safe. Devin Milford doesn't make me feel safe. I don't want to play this game anymore.
It isn't a game. This man spent 6 years in a prison camp because we were afraid of what effect he would have on people. And I wish I could understand what it is about him.
You control everything. What difference does it make?
You Americans, you're such a mystery to everyone but yourselves. If I could understand this man, I could understand America.
What was it, Daddy? A deal? Reinstated if I don't see Justin?
Honey, that's not fair.
You bet it isn't fair. Just a second!
You got reinstated because you deserved it.
Just a second!
What if they just sit inside and talk? They wouldn't be going out. If they want to see each other, we're not going to be able to stop.
Justin!
Peter.
This is my house. Jacqueline is my daughter. You've got 15 minutes.
Hi, Justin. You're letting the cold in.
We've got to stay here.
Soda's in the ice house.
For God's sakes, Justin, come on in. Come on in.
What the hell is this? Your parents tell you everything you gotta do?
Daddy's just being a father. Come on in, take off your coat and stay a while. You've got 15 minutes. What do you say we make love?
When my uncle came home, he was wasted. Blew him out. Maybe they even did a lobotomy or something, I don't know. Gotta do something. Look, we can make it to Wyoming. I've got it routed and everything. In a week, we'd be safe up in the Rockies. If I stay around here, the best I can hope for is some, well, I don't know what, a job as a laborer? The same for you. You said so yourself. Well, this is our chance. And the longer we wait, the less likely we'll ever do anything.
I got reinstated to the area dance company.
Your old man fixed it.
You said yourself I deserved it.
You're buying it? And you're buying it. First, they tell you you're not good enough.
I am good.
And you're depressed.
You don't know.
And they tell you are good. And you're ready to buy into the whole damn scam.
I am good.
It's not about being good. It's about being one of them.
No, it is about being good. And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand anything, and you don't understand me.
Yes, I do.
Justin!
I love you.
Why do you bother with me?
I love you.
You don't know me. You just want to love an American. Doesn't matter what I really am or who I am.
Why do you love me?
God, you are arrogant, aren't you? I mean, maybe I don't love you at all. Maybe I'm just using you. Your position. Maybe you can help my career. Or maybe I'm part of some crazy resistance movement, and I'm waiting for just the right time to kill you.
In the middle of lovemaking?
Yes.
Sometimes I think you don't know what it means to really love someone.
When will you be back?
A few days, a week.
Have you decided?
Yes, it's the nice man from Milford, Peter Bradford.
Not the one who just got out of prison.
No. No, I'm afraid he's a piece of the past.
You're a music lover?
No, I'm sorry.
Yes, you back?
Yes, I'm back. That's why you can hear my voice. What a silly question.
Who's that?
Who knows?
Sorry I disturbed you.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Come on in here.
I voted for you. It's amazing how good people just never seem single-minded enough or ruthless enough to survive. I mean, the history of communism is filled with men with good intentions who couldn't survive the simplest struggle for power.
The history of communism?
Yes, and we, America, is now part of the history of communism. Interesting way to think of it, wouldn't you say?
We would have been better off in East Germany.
Yes, yes, yes. It's one of life's little jokes.
At least there we grew up in it.
Yeah, we grew up in it, but we didn't stay. We didn't stay, Gerta. Maybe we are just meant to be outsiders. A little bit like you. When you were a congressman from the Massachusetts, I used to follow your ideas. I even read that book you wrote. Oh, interesting experience, huh? But somewhat simplistic, a little bit overstated. But lieber Gott, that's just the difference between the American experience and us Europeans.
You're a musician.
I used to be first chair with the New York Philharmonic. We were exposed by a friend who wanted to be first chair.
Exposed?
We had escaped from the DDR. We were people of no consequence, but just revenge.
Opportunism. Opportunism.
Opportunism, fact of life. Even in America. And you do not think you were betrayed?
No. No one was ready.
Ah, yes. The people. Took the easy way out again, did they?
I'm sorry. I've got to go.
Oh, forgive me. I had no intention to be rude.
Thank you.
Please have a cookie. You expected something else?